Want to study Japanese language? Visit our Facebook page at Plastone School. Or you can click the link in the description. Sign up now and create your future with us. You can also visit our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to be updated on our latest videos. Plastone Language School Incorporated.
Minasan konnichiwa, James Sensei des, and welcome to this channel. So now, dito na tayo sa particles. So, pang-tatlong topic natin siya sa lesson 3. So, ano nga ba yung particles? Nouns used in the sentence generally must be followed by particles, which indicate the relations that the nouns bear to the verbs. In this lesson, we learn 4 particles: o, de, ni, and e. Then ang una natin pag-uusapan ay ang o. The particle o indicates direct objects, the kind of things that are directly involved in or affected by the event. Note that this particle is pronounced as o. So for example, Kohe o numimasu. I drink coffee. Terebe o nimasu. I watch TV. Ongaku o kikimasu. I listen to music. So, lahat ng particle natin dito is o. O is direct object. So, paano naging direct object? So, yung subject is apektado directly sa verb natin na numimas. So, numimas is to drink. So, ano yung iinumin natin? Yung kuhi. So, directly affected siya sa verb natin na numimas. Next is terebe o nimas. I watch TV. Yung TV is direct affected siya sa verb na nimas. Then last is yung ongaku o kikimasu. I listen to music. Yung ongaku is directly na-involved siya sa verb natin na kikimasu. So directly or affected sa event na nangyayari. So yun yung gamit ng o. The next is yung particle de. The particle de indicates where the event described by the verbs take place. For example, Toshokan de hon o yumimasu. I will read books in the library. Uchi de terebe o mimasu. I will watch TV at home. So, ang particle natin dito is de. Ibig sabihin, yung noun na before sa de is yun yung place of action kung saan ginawa yung event. So, ito yung event natin. So, yung o, again, yung o is direct object. So yung home is affected siya directly sa verb na ginawa. So, now yung de. So, yung de, yung noun before de is ito yung place of action natin. Kung saan ginawa yung event. Yung home o yung mimas, I will read books. So, yung event na gagawin is yung pagbabasa ng libro. So, yung noun before de is siya yung place of action. So, yung Toshoka, library. So, dito gagawin yung pagbabasa ng book. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng de. Yung noun before de is yun yung magiging place of action. Another sample. Uchi de terebi o mimasu. So, yung action na gagawin is terebi o mimasu. Then again, yung O, particle O natin is direct object. So yung terebe is directly affected sa verb na gagawin ng imas. So yung gagawin ng event is watch TV or action. Then, yung noun natin before there is uchi, which means home. So, uchi de, terebe o imas. So, yung gagawin ng panonood ng TV is gagawin sa bahay. So, yung bahay ang place of action natin sa event na gagawin na panonood ng TV. So, ang panonood ng TV is gagawin sa bahay. So, yun yung particle de. So, laging tandaan, basta may particle de, yung noun before de is yun yung magiging place of action sa gagawing event, sa action na gagawin. Okay? So, next particle is ni.
The particle ni has many meanings, but here we will learn two. First, the goal toward which things move, and second, the time which an event takes place.
For example, so first is goal of movement. So gagamitin natin yung ni as a goal of our movement. So for example, watashi wa kyo gaku ni ikimasu. So particle ni, I will go to school today. Then watashi wa ochi ni kaerimasen. I will not return home. Particle ni. Yung particle ni is ginagamit natin as a goal of movement. Verb natin is ikimasu. Tapos, yung noun before ni is ito yung goal natin kung saan tayo pupunta. So, yung gakko na school is ito yung goal of our movement sa gagawin natin verb na ikimasu. The next is watashi wa ochi ni kaerimasen. So, yung verb natin is kaerimasen. So, means not return home. Then, yung noun before ni is ito yung goal of our movement. So, ito yung place of our direction. So, yung uchi. So, ito yung uchi, yung place of our direction. Next sa time. For example, 11 時に寝ます. I will go to bed at 11. 日曜日にダバオに行きます. Ni. So, yung noun before ni is kailangan time siya. So, 11 時 is 11. So, G is suffix for time. So, 11 is 11. So, 11時に寝ます. So, yung word before ni, yung noun before ni is time. So, pwede din siya sa time. The next is, 日曜日にダバオに行きます. 日曜日 is our time. Kung kailan siya pupunta ng Davao. It means Sunday. So, I will go to Davao on Sunday. So, yung ni dito is ito yung place of direction natin or goal of movement sa gagawing pagpunta. So, Davao is our goal of movement. Then, kailan? Sa Sunday. So, parehong ni, pwede sa goal of movement or time. Now, last particle is yung e.
The particle to indicates the goal of movement. The sentence in one above therefore can be written using e instead of ni. Note that this particle is pronounced as e.
Minasang, yung e is halos magkapareho rin siya sa ni. So, pwede natin i-replace siya sa ni as a place of direction. For example, so watashi wa kyo gakko e ikimasen. So, place of direction pa rin siya. So, yung place of direction, yung place natin na pupuntahan is yung gakko. So, again, yung noun before is yun pa rin yung place of direction, kagaya sa ni. Then, watashi wa kyo gakko e ikimasen. So, I will not go to school today. Then, watashi wa kotse e kaerimasu. I will return home. So, ang verb natin dito is kaerimasu. So, to go home. Then, saan siya pupunta? Saan yung place of direction? So, yung ochi. So, ang pagkakaiba lang ng ni at e, mas specific yung ni, pag ni yung ginamit natin.